what if statements are like, what if I am abundant? What if I'm feeling poor and I'm feeling unsuccessful? What if I am actually successful and abundant, right? So the what if is a question, but what we're doing is we're stimulating the cognitive brain to look into its libraries. So the cognitive brain's libraries is all of our experience that's been embedded in our body mind since we've been alive. If you've never had the experience of a word in the what if statement, that's like the reason why we must build the feelings and the meanings of those words first. So, you know, when I'm doing what if statements with people, I'm always investing a lot of time, first of all, in what are my associations with these words. So for example, what do I associate with wealth? Just free range associations. What do I think of straight away? But also really going into the sensory associations. So what do I see, feel, smell, taste, touch, like colors, like, so we use a lot of prompts to get to the associations we have with this word first, so that it's like we're basically teasing the brain, the neural pathways in the brain, to be like, because the neural pathways in the brain are like these like freeways going to particular places called all of these different words and feelings. And so if you've got like a little dirt path going to abundance, you know, it's like I haven't really felt abundance. I don't know what that means, right? If that's your experience, then you're going to feel a bit strange talking about it because you don't really know it. You don't really know how to get there. And so what this exercise does is it kind of identifies the areas or the words and the feelings that feel a little bit unfamiliar, and we're making them familiar. And therefore, instead of it being a dirt path, we make it into a road and then maybe into a freeway. And then as we do that, we're making those associations much faster and easier for us. We can believe them, we can know them. And so we do that by building up those feelings through kind of a mind mapping process. And then once we've built a movie in my mind and in my body for those words that we feel unfamiliar with, then when we do the statement of what if I could feel abundance, then the brain's got like, it's got an easier access to that. And so, and then we repeat that. We repeat it. So we're repeating the imagination of it. As we repeat the imagination of it, then it consolidates that experience as a real thing. It's maybe not as powerful as the actual real thing, but it's pretty close based on scientific research. So the impact of touching and like doing a slow, repetitive, gentle, predictable stroke anywhere in the upper body is that we are, like, if you think about it, if you want to calm or soothe a child or a family member, a loved one, one of the first things you're going to do is place your hand on the shoulder and stroke, or place your hand on the shoulder or on the hands, or if it's a little child that you know and love and are caring for, you might even stroke their face. Like that's what a grandma might do, a loving grandma might do. So really what the touch does is it replicates that that feeling of affection and love. And we can do that for ourselves. We can turn that towards ourselves in that. So what we're doing is we're taking care of the any kind of activation that might come up in the body as a result of doing this. Sometimes, you know, certain words are going to make us feel uncomfortable. Abundance for someone might feel like it's ridiculous. I don't have access to that. That's, you know, and so immediately there may be an embodied reaction to that is a bit activated. That's like, I can't, or shame, or who knows what's going to come up, right? And so this kind of touch, what it's doing is it's saying, I'm safe. So those skin receptors are sensing that this kind of touch is safe. And that relaxes the mind. So there's all sorts of like chemical reactions that take place, like the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins are released that enable this kind of relaxation to happen that actually replicates slow wave sleep. And slow wave sleep is, like the time when our brain transforms, when it processes what's happened during the day. And so it's a really malleable, place where we describe the neuroplasticity as being very open and able to change to take place. And so that's what the touch is doing. It's basically sending messages to the brain and to the body that we're safe, and that that change can take place in my cognitive brain as a result. So I can change my beliefs. If my body is stressed out and I'm saying an affirmation and I'm not seeing that I'm actually really tense and I'm not really honoring and respecting that I don't believe it, then it's not of any use. There's no change taking place because I'm actually stressed out, and in a way I'm in resistance and I'm blocking it. So that's really what the touch is doing. And like I said, it can be anywhere. You don't want to be moving around a lot because we really want it to be predictable. And it can be really small. It doesn't have to be. It's just this soothing, generally soothing thing. And it's very much about the person finding what that is for themselves, because some people don't necessarily feel comfortable with touch in certain areas of their body. So it's a very personal process, but one that is incredibly effective. And it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and not even, once you get used to it, then the body mind remembers it for its soothing, safe nature. And then it's like, oh, here I am again. I'm looking after myself. I'm loving myself. And then you're also building that relationship with your body mind too. You're saying, I care enough about me to spend some time doing this so that I don't have to carry this activation or this fear, this stress, whatever you want to call it, throughout the rest of my day. I can interrupt it here. And I'm not interrupting it to disregard it. I'm looking at it squarely and saying, what do I really need? Who am I really? And remembering the whole of myself, as opposed to going down this fear-based pathway that reduces the capacity and the size of my life.